Right, so I am back with Dispelling Illusions for all signs. We left off with Capricorn. We're going to pick up Aquarius. And just then I did notice this like jagged piece of wood that was kind of sticking out of this plank. Okay. I'm hearing going against the stream, going against the flow, possibly as it pertains to your sense of alignment. Aquarius. I did get a peek of the Emperor in reversed, which is a very forceful energy. So deliberately kind of going against that flow. But let's look into it, see what the illusion is here. What is the illusion in Aquarius's life right now? I feel like I had to shuffle one more time. I'm getting that this may be coming from a place of maybe a lack of patience. Ooh, yeah, very much. You know, impatient with not being able to see what's to come. It's like you just want to know. Very stubborn energy. What is the illusion in Aquarius's life? So the reason why whatever you're hoping for is coming in slowly is because your guides, the universe, wants you to reevaluate what you want. The illusion here is something that you want that I think your higher self doesn't actually want. I'm looking at the Nine of Cups, the Star in reversed, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Cups in reversed. This thing that you're telling yourself you want is hurting you in some way that maybe you can't see at this particular point. I want you to understand what it is that Aquarius wants. I'm hearing distance. There's something about like justice here. Like you feel like this is just. You want distance from something that you had manifested, or you believe right now that you want distance from something that you'd manifested. Because you feel that distance is just. Let's see how your higher self views this thing that you want distance from. This could be like also a fear of like opening your heart chakra, so you're like keeping it closed with the King of Cups in reversed. Your higher self views this as an attempt I'm hearing to escape accountability for something that was putting you in a very Nine of Swords energy space. That guy. Maybe there was some shame. And you feel that saying keeping your heart closed off to whatever this is you'll be able to avoid these feelings of shame. This is coming through as a little bit vague. So it may not be, it may just be applicable to different specific stories. I think there's like shame here around not having had listened to your intuition about something. I'm seeing in the Judgment card reverse this angel sort of the horn pointed right at his ear. What is the fear in opening the heart chakra? Hitting that very strongly. It's a lot of cards. I'll look at them, but there's this belief that what is in your heart, entertaining what it is that's in your heart, is selfish. Okay, what I'm getting right now is that an open heart is not free of like discerning energy. An open heart is not everyone come on in. An open heart is discerning, is selective. So that you can pour love into the specific spaces that are in resonance with you. This distance from opening your heart chakra is a means of being selective, but it's actually just closing your heart, right? So you don't even have the capacity at that point to put love into the things that do resonate with you, right? Like, so the illusion is that you will protect your heart by distancing yourself from it, when the reality is opening your heart will help with that discernment and help you to face these emotions that may be a little intimidating, but to also transmute them, heal from them, and be more receptive to them as they come up, ultimately helping you to truly be able to discern, as opposed to coming from a place of, you know, all right, nobody, I'm not letting anybody in, I'm not showing any emotion. You know, in that heart space is both positive and negative emotions, and those negative emotions, and the positive, but I think the negative really help you to refine what feels good to your soul. So when you shut that down, you're keeping out the negative emotions. That keep you in tune with your intuition, that keep you in tune with that sense of alignment. There's someone around you that's loyal to you, that's trying to comfort you. It's trying to say, like, hey, it's okay, you're safe. You can show up as you are. You can show up with your fears. You can show up with your pain. And grow from it. And you don't want to hear that. You're like, and I think the reason why this is coming through as something so deliberate is because, you know, we know that love is in alignment with like higher vibrations. You know that you should be operating from the heart space, especially if you are intuitive. And especially if, you know, that intuitive connection is amplified when you operate from that heart space. All right, what else for Aquarius? First of all, open your heart. Start small. Find a space where you can feel safe moving through those negative, heavier, more intimidating emotions, and open it there. I'm hearing hold yourself. And seek opportunities, you know, when you feel comfortable. Ask for opportunities to let love in. I'm getting very strongly that there are people around you who are supportive of that healing process. You do not, the illusion here is that you want a closed heart. You do not want a closed heart. All right. So that's kind of what I have. Again, you don't need to assess. You don't need to be clear on who you want to open your heart to first, or like right away. Open it to yourself. And then it'll be clear. You'll be in tune with discomfort when it comes up around specific people, or give it to yourself first. Open your heart to yourself. And then go from there. All right. So that's what I have for Aquarius. So we'll get into Pisces. I'm hearing I almost got it. Almost. What is the illusion in Pisces life right now? Interesting. I'm looking at the Nine of Wands in reversed and the Justice card, and just now I'm pulling out, okay, the Six of Wands. So without clarifying or anything, I'm kind of getting that you are telling yourself that you are allowing karmic justice in some situation. And with the Six of Wands, I'm getting that, like, based on your actions of the past, right? You have the sort of better end of the stick here as far as how karma works. I'm seeing this particular Pisces, if this is your reading, you like to play games, what I'm hearing, where everyone can win. Where everyone can kind of have a good time and walk out unscathed. So the belief here is that maybe this is a situation where you know that not everyone is walking out unscathed, right? Like, you're getting your good karma, and someone around you who you would have preferred to see win with you is not getting maybe as good karma. I keep hearing it. You wanted them to win with you. And again, karma doesn't need to be good, bad, right? But there are two sides in this particular situation, and you're telling yourself, okay, I accept my award. Again, it's not to say winners, losers, right? Karma, whether good or bad, benefits everyone. But it presents itself in uncomfortable ways, I think, when your actions did sort of yield a lesson more so than positive like praise or, a reward. You're telling yourself that you're good with that, being the one in this situation who gets the positive reward, and not being able to bring these people who need to learn something at the hands of the universe and just balance. You're like, okay, yeah, I accept this award. I'm good with that. When in reality, I'm seeing this, whoever I'm reading for is an accountable person. You want to be accountable for all parts of your journey, right, leading up to this karmic balance that is coming to fruition. And the part of you that wants to be accountable for everything is kind of like, well, I didn't play all that fair. And I'm seeing, so there's this cup here with like an angel, and then there's this cup here with a snake. And the snake can be positive, but it's coming through as a little bit like, what was the intention behind it? And that's what this karma is manifesting from, was the intention. I'm seeing you as the angel. So even though maybe you didn't play fair according to maybe your standard, maybe you have a really high standard for the way that you operate, the values under which you do operate, was the intention. I keep hearing that. What else does Pisces need to hear? Okay, so what was Pisces' intention? Maybe just for confirmation. You had no choice but to move forward playing the cards that you did, is what I'm getting. Looking at the Magician, the Chariot, and the Eight of Swords. The woman in the Eight of Swords has her hand on her heart. And that's telling me that you came from a place of being centered, from love. And it's making me think of the Capricorn reading of this segment, where, Capricorn embodies love usually, but in this situation needed to apply a different kind of force to not be dismissed by the frequency that they were dealing with. And it's kind of what I'm getting. So Very similar again. You were not going to be heard. The people on the other side of this karma were actually dedicated to not hearing you. And so it's kind of giving me like, you just stopped trying to tell them, right? You stopped wasting your breath. And that's what you're looking back on and saying, hey, that wasn't totally fair either. That was a little... With the two major arcanas, again, the Magician and the Chariot, and the Eight of Swords underneath the two. There was no other energy you could have put into this to close out this cycle, to see your good your justice, or just justice in general, right? It's not yours, it's everyone's justice. I'm hearing self-worth. So if you had operated from the space that these people on the other side did, the snake cup, it wouldn't have been productive. I'm trying to think of like it's like the energy of something going stale. It's like, I love bread, so here we go. You buy a French baguette for everyone to share. And you're like, hey guys, I got this baguette. It's really fresh. Let's cut that up and enjoy it together as soon as we can. Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. That's the energy you brought to that invitation. That's what you extended. And everyone's kind of just like, oh yeah, like we can do it. I just gotta, you know, what do they have to do instead? What was that snake energy? The Fool reverse, the Ten of Wands reverse, the King of Cups reverse, the Four of Cups. I mean, really the energy of like, there will always be another French baguette. Whether that manifested as prioritizing other things, not wanting to be vulnerable with the King of Cups in reverse. Maybe that time together was, for some reason, difficult. I'm hearing mindlessness with the Fool in reversed. But a very, you know, Four of Cups energy. These are the people in this of the Snake Cup. They're seeing this, and you're coming through with a French baguette. And they're like, meh. And so over time, you're working with their schedules. You're like, I mean, if you can't do it tonight, maybe we can do it tomorrow. No, okay, maybe we can, oh, now she can't. Okay, so let's try it Thursday. And days go by, and now nobody gets a French baguette. Nobody, like, the bread is moldy, it's stale. And had you not taken this approach that maybe wasn't totally of your value because you like to share, in this real, this situation that actually manifested, I see you having said, you know what? You'll have till Tuesday. If you don't make time for this bread, to break bread with me, I'm going to have it by myself. And I see that that's what you kind of did, and you're feeling guilty about that. Had you continued or let this cycle stay open for a little bit longer, it would have rotted to death with the Six of Pentacles in reverse and the Death card. And then nobody gets bread. Spirit is coming through with, you had to approach this. There was no other energy that they would have been receptive to. And now there's no bread and the cycle is over. And it's, you enjoyed it. You're full. You're nourished. You're happy. But you didn't get to share that. And that's... that's not your problem. And I think that that's sort of what the illusion is talking about. That you're okay with that you got to eat good, and maybe they're hungry now and you shouldn't have eaten the bread, but fine, you'll take it. How does Spirit want you to approach the manifestation of this justice? This karmic balance. Release the responsibility to teach people who, again, are dedicated to not learning from you. When you release that, you have more energy to give to people who are receptive to the things you say, and maybe even people who can teach you as well. Right? Allowing space in your heart to be selective. It's not, release that. That will help you to really feel worthy of this justice. I'm hearing they were meant to learn from the karma. They were meant to learn from the balance that is being brought for them in terms of a lesson. The universe teaches too. God teaches too, and sometimes more effectively than the people around us actually can. All right, so that's what I have for all of these signs. I really hope you enjoyed it. I super love the Dispelling Illusions segment. Again, illusions present themselves in such sneaky ways, and I think that it's always really refreshing to sort of get a reminder of what's real and what's not, even if you're a pretty grounded person. So if you enjoyed it, please like, comment, and yeah, I really hope this helped.